So this is how the dress comes packaged. As you can see, it has the Bodyline brand bag and everything, and as I take it out you can see it actually comes with a full set. It comes with this really not that great head bow, not very flattering, and these sleeves that are way too small for me, for my arms, and I don't really have much use for them. This is the detachable bow that you can add to the cape, and that is the cape that I'm holding right there. And yeah, that's how you attach the cape. It looks like that, and there is the dress itself. And this bow is not attachable, and there is the lacing is white. There used to be a version with black lacing, which I think was probably better, but yeah. These bows are ones that I actually ended up removing and replacing for ribbons. As you can see, you're gonna be able to see that later, how we replace those bows with ribbon, bows made of more thin black ribbon, which I think balance the dress a little bit better. And here I'm just playing around with the waist ties. So as you can see here, I'm just taking the seam ripper and carefully removing the two bows on those sides of the dress. Thankfully they're only in the front, so I just have to remove them and make these little bows with the thin black ribbon. And I sew them together. After I made the bow itself, I sew the bow later to the dress in the same place where it was on the dress. The bows were on the dress, trying to hide any loose threads or any imperfections that were left when I removed the other bows. And here you can see I'm making sort of these lace topped socks. These are knee socks. I am just going to add more of that ribbon, making that go through some of the, kind of alternating the holes in the lace in which I'm gonna make the ribbon go through. And at the end I'm just going to tie it together, tie the two extremes in a bow, and making that go in the front of the socks. Excuse some of the fluff over the socks there. Okay, so I'm gonna summarize my ideas of this dress after wearing it once. Now, it does have some loose threads. I'm literally pulling one right now. I just pulled this one. So this is 30% cotton and 70% cotton and 30% polyester. However, it says to not wash it by hand either, which I think I always find it really odd. And maybe someone who knows more about clothes than I do should tell me why a garment that is made of cotton and polyester blend can't be washed by hand. I just find it really odd, because I understand why you wouldn't want to machine wash something that has really, I guess, delicate details like this, like this lace, for example, right? But why can't it be washed by hand? Or is it just so that they can cover their ass legally if something does happen, if it's washed by hand? I mean, I don't really know, but yeah, it's do not wash, do not bleach, do not tumble dry, do not iron. Yeah, it doesn't have a lining, by the way. This trim, I guess, partial lining, I guess, it's more like a trim here on the inside, that's all there is. which is kind of a pro or a con, I guess, depending on what you want. This is great. I think no lining is obviously better for summer because it's really hot, and you can technically just wear this as one layer. I think you noticed that I kind of had to deform the lacing here a lot for it to be tight enough on the bodice for me, because I ordered it as L because I was kind of between the medium and large, and I wasn't fully sure about either, but I figured that it would be better for it to be a little bit looser, and if I could make it a little bit tighter with this than if it was a little too small, because then what can you do with it, But maybe I should have gotten an M, I think, because the L is a little too large. For me, my waist is about 74 centimeters, I think, and my bust is like 100 centimeters or something, 95, something like that. And this is definitely too large for that. So if you have my measurements, keep that in mind. A lot of loose threads around the big bow here on the waist. By the way, this bow, something that I don't love about the design is that the bow here on the waist is not detachable. You would have to take a swim ripper on it if you wanted to remove it. There's not many things to complain, I think, in terms of the design. I do think it's a little bit more, I don't know, I guess you could argue that it looks a bit more like a stereotypical maid costume, in comparison to maybe more delicate designs like Innocent World, Angelic Pretty Baby, things like that, Cornet, those designs are often have smaller details. There's a little bit more restraint, I guess. And something else that I have to mention is the dress comes with, when you buy the set, which you pretty much cannot buy the dress without buying the whole set, it comes with the detachable sleeves, right? These are extremely tight. I mean, this is the most it's tight. It kind of stretches to, let's say, 28 centimeters of circumference, which I just find really odd. It's really tight because I find it odd because these are so small and tight in comparison to how large the measurements of the dress are. So it's like these sleeves are always made the same size regardless of the size of the dress, which is kind of unfortunate because I can't wear them unless I add fabric to it. Like I would have to add some sort of lace or fabric panel to it in order to wear them, and that's just not really worth it, I feel. My only other issue with the design is the fact that the trim here at the neckline, it just kind of ends like that. It ends in this black fabric. Let me just try and do this. It ends like that, right? The fabric just kind of ends like that. Sure, there's a lace right here, but the fabric really just ends like this without any other detail like ruffling or, gathered fabric of some type, nothing like that. And it wouldn't be a big deal, I guess, if you're wearing a black blouse underneath, or if you're wearing a blouse that has a really large Peter Pan collar or something to dissimulate, I guess, the neckline. But if you wear this OP as an OP, like on its own, I guess cheapness of the neckline is a little bit more obvious. I guess you could add fabric to it and make it kind of a bit more elegant if you were to gather some lace, maybe a lace trim around the neckline. I think those are really the only things that I can have any type of complaints in regards to this dress. I think it's quite pretty, and this is a nice option, especially I think for the summer, and especially because if the sleeves fit you, you can have different cords with the sleeves, without the sleeves, with a blouse under, with different blouses under, and with and without the cape, etc. There's quite a few ways that you could wear this, especially this type of short sleeved OPs. So yes, that is my conclusion on this dress. I definitely don't regret buying it despite the complaints that I have about it. And I hope this video was useful for you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.